Hello, welcome again to another random video repair. This one is how to repair a range, electric range, that has died during a self-clean process. This is a problem you'll find, and I don't want to name too many name brands out, but there's a whole bunch of name brands that are sort of under one blanket or one family that do this. So if you were running a self-clean and everything was fine, and then out of nowhere your display went blank, whether it be this display here, or if you have one on the back and it went blank, and then your door would no longer open, and you've tried to kill the power and turn the power on, don't call a repairman, at least not yet, until you've watched this video and you've decided whether or not this type of repair is for you. I'll show you the parts needed. Yes, there is a part that needs to be replaced, but it's fairly inexpensive and it's fairly easy to do on your own. So let's proceed and I'll show you how to do this. So this is the part that has failed. I'll show you the part number. I don't have very good success doing this often. Oh, there we go. This is a genuine Whirlpool part. This particular range is a Kitchen Aid brand of self-clean. There was an issue on some of them where they overheat during self-clean and they blow this, and it is a fuse, a thermal protection fuse that's mounted on the back of the oven, and when the oven gets too hot, which it can during a self-clean, it'll open this fuse up and your oven won't work anymore. Let me tell you though, there's a few reasons this could fail, especially if it happens when you're not running a self-clean and you get this failure. There could be other problems with your range. I'll go through that once we get the back cover off, but I'm going to proceed now and begin to take the back cover off. So the first thing to do is pull the range out, unplug it from the wall, okay, and locate the back panel mounting screws. On this unit here, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to do it off camera, but I only have screws here, up here, down here, and across this panel. And I'm going to take those off. They're just standard Phillips number 2 screws on this particular range. And again, make sure it's unplugged, because if it's unplugged, you're going to be all right. Okay, so here is the back panel off. Pretty basic, easy, just a few screws to take off. It's going to be different on every model, but fairly easy to figure out for the most part. And here is your sensor. Okay, it's a little dark here, so I'm just having a bit of an issue with the camera focusing, but you can see the sensor here. So removal of it's very easy, and installation's the same. You just pull these wires off, one at a time. Okay, you undo these 2 screws. And you put the new sensor on, install these new 2 screws, and the unit will fire up. Just remember, when you go to put the new sensor on, you connect the 2 wires firmly, and it's just a switch or a fuse. So polarity doesn't matter. You could put these 2 connectors either which way. That's why both the wires are the same color on this particular one. It doesn't really matter, so flip them around or whatever you need to do, but just install that new switch and then test the unit. But next we're going to go on to why that may have blown. Okay, so bingo, we're back in business. I have plugged it in, and right away, all in its own power, come back to life. The display, which was previously dark and sad, and the door has unlocked itself. Okay, it wants me to enter the clock time. No problem, no, we're not going to worry about that right now. But one reason this may have failed on you during a self-clean process is there's a built-in blower fan designed to keep this cool. If the built-in blower fan wasn't blowing enough, this could have made the unit fail, go too hot, blow that thermal fuse. So let me turn on the oven. I'm not going to put on convection, I'm just going to put on normal bake. Oh, it doesn't want me to do that. Hold on, there we go. Bake and start. Now right away I can hear the fan come on, and if I put my hand down here, I can feel the fan blowing. But I'm listening carefully, and I can hear the fan having a problem. I'm going to go around to the back. I'm not sure if you can hear. The fan is blowing slow. The fan has failed on this oven and is going to need to be replaced. And the fan failing is what caused it to die in self-clean mode. Fan replacement is fairly easy and straightforward. I may as well show you how to do that now. Of course, with the unit unplugged again, the fan is located right here on this model. It's around this area on all of them. To gain access to this fan assembly properly, this strip here has to be taken off. Now again, that's this model. I'm not sure about which one you may have. And this one is, to take this strip off, there's 2 screws that are right here, and they're hidden behind the side panel. So the side panel has to come off, this panel has to come off. Now don't get intimidated, it's fairly straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking it apart. And once I get the side panels off, which basically, on this one, again, maybe different from yours, screws here for the side panel just comes off, it's basically hooked on. 2 screws here, this side panel, screws here, slide it off, 2 screws in behind here, take this off. Okay, side panels off, nice and easy. 2 screws off either side, pull this off to gain access. There's the blower motor, squirrel cage style motor. Okay, and there it is. I can see the bottom of it here. If I put my finger on it, I try to turn it, and it's really stiff. It's really stiff. It was hard to get moving there, especially the first couple turns. So, to remove this one, again, easy. Take your screw for your duct out here. Take your 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and pull it out. Again, it may be a little different on your model, but the principle's the same. This fan keeps the oven and the outside body of the oven all cool, preventing this from popping. This starts acting up, slowing down, getting clogged up, whatever it may be. This will break in self-clean. If you find your fan still working perfectly fine and blowing hard and self-clean just blew this thermal fuse and you've never had any other issues with the oven, it might be a good idea to replace this thermal fuse and no longer use your self-clean of your oven. I'm going to pull this motor out now though and take a look at that. So with this blower out, I've disconnected the 2 wires here and I've removed the blower. So go ahead and replace the blower. Now it's up to you if you want to try to clean it and make it work properly again, but I would suggest replacing the blower with a new one. It is preventing your range from overheating, and if it overheats again, it'll simply blow this thermal fuse again. And once you do that, you replace that. This little ductwork here, when you put it back in, just to show you, be very careful when you put it back in. First of all, hook these wires back up. It doesn't matter what way they go on that electric motor, but there's these 2 wires here that go back on that blower when it goes back in. But you have to make sure that this ductwork is plugged back in properly into this hole. So you can see that there. Make sure that duct is properly in that hole when you put the fan back on. Fire it up, make sure the fan works properly. Again, no touching inside the back panel when it's plugged in. Always make sure it's unplugged, work safe, and enjoy your newly repaired range and all the money you've saved doing it. I can't give you a part number for this blower because they're different for make and model, but this thermal fuse is pretty much the same for any of them. I think there's 2 different thermal fuses. If when in doubt, pull your back cover off, pop the 2 screws off your thermal fuse, look at the number on it, order your part. I got this particular replacement from Amazon. I wasn't in a big hurry. I just ordered it, but a local appliance shop will probably carry that, and you could save yourself a service call by fixing it yourself.